here.
So we're talking about She-Hulk.
We're going to touch on She-Hulk.
Going to touch on it.
We're going to get into some other things, but one of the first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to dip our toes. And then we're going to dip and we're going to get off because we're probably not going to have a lot of good to say about it, so we're just going to dip.
I'm going to be honest.
All right, we got to get into this.
All month long. Joshua's been being, we're not talking about She-Hulk. We're not talking about Rings of Power. For a teaser. We're talking about both.
Both shows ended, so
Joshua chose to talk about both.
I'll say this about this picture. Her hair looks good. That's I think my biggest complaint about the animation is her hair looks awful. I hate it.
I realized when she's not She-Hulk, her hair's here. When she's She-Hulk, her hair's down.
Well, that was
here.
always
it's
that
like
was
it grows.
That was consistent with the comic. Is her hair grows?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't care. It's just her hair in the show looks just like this kind of blob.
It just moves around.
It doesn't work like normal hair.
Yeah.
All right, so 1 out of 10 before you guys talk about it. I didn't watch the show, full disclosure.
3.5.
Didn't want to. Okay, so Josh gives a 3.5.
0.
A 0?
Hated this show.
A 3, actually. Yeah, it wasn't
Hated
good.
the show.
I kind of specifically wanted to talk about the ending, the last episode, and I don't know what they were trying to do with the last episode, but I feel like it was, they're almost trying to show us what was next, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I don't know
if there is a next.
No, there probably will be, but so they showed us Hulk's son. What's his name? Scar. They did some kind of weird Kevin Feige thing with Marvel, and so
the end of She-Hulk can be summed up as She-Hulk gets upset at the way things are going and decides to rewrite everything to go her way because she's a woman and she can do
all
that.
white women.
Like all white women, yeah. I can just rewrite things so it goes according to my agenda.
Is this Scar?
No, that's Abomination.
No, it's Abomination.
Who actually honestly looks cool. But no, that's Abomination from
Okay, so I typed in Scar in She-Hulk and nothing's coming up. When has this ever happened?
Type in Hulk's son Scar.
Okay.
So you see pictures he's got long hair in the comics and he's really cool. He's super dope.
Right there. Yep.
This is what he looks like
Go
in
to this
She-Hulk.
picture.
Absolutely
that's
terrible.
Yikes.
He kind of looks like
I don't like him.
Zoom out. There's probably other pictures of him from the comics.
So this?
Yeah, so he'd be that one on the left.
Yeah, the one with the axe, the long hair.
Yeah, he's got long hair
with an axe
and a different color green skin. He's cool.
Wait, so does his son? I don't know much about Scar, but does his son? Is he able to control his feelings?
I don't know anything about Scar.
I know nothing.
What about in She-Hulk? What does he do?
He's in there.
He's in there as the end.
At the end, after she rewrites everything.
They're at a party or birthday or something, and they say, "This is my son." That's it.
Here's my ultimate opinion about She-Hulk. Right. Aside from all the things that I hate, right, which I don't want to go into just crapping on the show. The ultimate thing, aside from the bad comedy, the bad law court scenes, the writers with zero talent, the bad CGI, the disrespect to pre-existing characters. The worst thing for me is she's not cool.
She's not great.
She's not cool.
I feel like they're definitely doing something totally different from what we've seen with this show. Not even just like a superhero thing. They were doing more of a lawyer.
But they don't know how to write law. They admitted that they didn't. And they don't know how to write comedy.
Let's touch on Daredevil a little bit, because they threw Daredevil in here. Daredevil is awesome character, but they kind of nuked him.
They made him. Yeah. Anybody from the previous MCU that they brought in, they nuked. They made them less cool. They made Hulk less cool. They made Wong less cool. They made
I don't care
Daredevil
for
less
his
cool. They made them all so much less awesome.
Yeah.
Abomination nerfed.
Okay.
Everybody's nerfed. Everybody's lame.
And who's the coolest of the show?
Nobody in the show is
Hulk?
cool.
Hulk's
Hulk's not even cool.
No.
But he's not in it very long.
Hulk is a simp, bro.
Yeah, he's a simp. Apologist.
Hulk's a
Male
dang feminist.
feminist.
That's not even a thing, dude. If you're out there calling yourself a male feminist, that's not even a thing.
Lame.
You're
Whack.
not. No one
I've
can
not
be a
heard about
male
this.
feminist.
The
You can't
thing
be
is,
one. It's impossible.
Nobody's cool in the show. The reason people like Tony Stark is because he was intelligent, he was witty, and he was cool. And Steve Rogers was brave, and he was true, and he was honorable, and he was cool.
Cool.
Thor, wise, powerful, cool. Hulk, angry, tragic, and cool. She-Hulk's not cool.
Ultron.
She's lame.
Cool.
Ultron's cool. His
Cool.
the movie kind of is meh, but he's
Ant-Man.
cool. Ant-Man
Lame.
is awesome. I love Ant-Man's powers.
Crazy.
You're insane.
All
No,
right.
I'm not insane.
To,
Don't just
to
look at me and
think,
call
to
me
think
insane.
that shrinking is lame.
They did it back in the 90s.
You're insane.
Honey,
What,
we shown
shrink?
the kids.
Yeah, and that was awesome.
Honey, we
No, it wasn't.
honey.
The scientist did it with a machine. The other guy needs a super suit.
I think you have that in reverse.
What?
Ant-Man needs a super suit to
Ant-Man
shrink.
can do it at will. Honey, Rick Moranis needs a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that backwards, dog.
At will. Don't.
Ant-Man can shrink and grow at will. Rick Moranis needs a machine to accidentally shrink his kids.
and
Or-
themselves.
Yeah, or
You're
make
insane.
his kid.
I'm not
big.
insane. What was your point? Everyone's awesome. No one's awesome.
Black
unless-
Widow's cool.
Black Widow's
Even
awesome.
Hawkeye is cool.
They
Who cares for
introduced.
the Black Widow movie.
Everybody, all the previous Avengers,
We're talking
Nick
early.
Fury is super cool. Maria Hill is awesome. Everybody's cool. She's like second in command at Shield.
The
Oh,
Brunette.
oh, yeah,
Burnett.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah,
in
yeah.
How I Met Your
Yeah,
Mother.
yeah.
Everybody's cool. She-Hulk's not. She whines. She complains.
She's a feminist.
She has to get.
She twerks.
She twerk.
Gross.
Ew. But somebody had to animate that.
Someone had a good time.
She just is the worst, and
They
she's
probably had
not
to get
cool.
a female animator.
Not even awesome.
Let's see.
That's my complaint.
Yeah.
Is that she's not cool.
I mean, you kind of hit it on the head. I would say.
Who's twerking with her?
That's Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. I wonder how
I
much they had to
hate
pay.
this. I hate this image. I can't look at it.
Did they give us a different angle, or was it just the side profile?
It's.
Did they give us a
can't.
cloose up of the animated booty?
I can't.
You're not pulling the hat back
I'm
on.
gonna tell
are
you what, brother.
I tell you
I
what.
tell you what about them green skins.
Here you go. Let's get away from nails.
Yeah, there's this.
Us, in the comics, She-Hulk is,
Sexualized.
she's like a sex icon, but she's also cool. She gets angry.
Yeah.
She breaks stuff.
Not fully in control the whole time.
Yeah, she goes off the hand. She flies off the handles the way that you would, if you felt angry, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't do that.
She doesn't do it.
She does
Yeah,
it once.
okay.
She gets
Doesn't really
angry. She gets angry
angry.
once.
Okay.
And the villain in this show, the villain is YouTube critics. Internet
Are you for real?
commentators.
Yeah.
Internet commentators, internet critics.
So
people
we're
who
the villain in She-Hulk's world?
Yes.
We are the villains.
Well, we're not necessarily critics. We comment on things, but the people who criticize. Here, hold on. I screenshotted.
I gotta ask this. She's a lawyer and the villain is YouTube?
I genuinely am curious what the people think. Go to
Rotten Tomatoes?
Okay, so
Yeah. Well,
Screen Rant made an article. It was like, could She-Hulk get a second season? But this is with this phrase said, with no viewership numbers to gauge the show's success on, it's unclear what She-Hulk Attorney at Law's Season 2 chances are, especially given the toxic backlash to the MCU series.
Toxic?
So
it's not toxic. Whatever's coming out of the butthole of Marvel is toxic,
Every
bro.
single article I read,
it smells
they
bad.
They don't say backlash. They used to say backlash. Now they say toxic backlash.
Bro, that's a load of crap coming straight out of She-Hulk's twerking behind.
It's just people don't like it, you know?
Let's see what the people have to say about
right there.
She-Hulk.
Where did it go?
I don't know.
Just click on it when it comes up.
I got it. Stop correcting me.
People say 35% average
critics
score.
gave it an 87. Paid critics. 100%.
Yeah, the Rotten Tomato critics.
35% of the public.
And that is capped. It's not allowed to go lower than that. They can They can cap it.
At 35?
Rotten Tomatoes caps their low scores at 35.
I mean, that's exactly what I ranked it. What did I say? I said what?
3.5.
It's not. I don't mean that
That's what I said.
I don't mean it can't go lower. They won't let it go lower
because they don't want anyone to feel bad.
They've stopped it. So it's gone down this much, and they've stopped it.
Well, the internet is trolls.
No, it's people legitimately don't like this show.
Yeah, I know. I agree, but
that's what She-Hulk will have you to believe, that everybody is trolls.
I'm curious.
Everybody who criticizes this is trolls. Are you a troll for not liking She-Hulk?
I don't like it, but the internet, they band together and troll something that will.
It's capped.
They're capping again.
It's capped. It hasn't moved for weeks and weeks and weeks.
They're like 39%. Oh dear, they spent too much money to go lower. Anyway, we'll get to this later. We're circle back to Rings of Power.
Circle back
later. Anyway, She-Hulk. So you guys, you gave it a 0, first 0 on the podcast. Joshua, you gave it a 3.5. That means you have a higher score, so you go first. I need you both to tell me who didn't watch the show, not one episode. The reason I didn't is because they were watching it, and I have no patience for this stuff. On this scale, anyway. Joshua, give me all the reasons why you believe 3.5 is the possibly best you can give it, and why it should never be done again. Why you have to give me a paragraph or 2 or 3 about why it is the worst ranked show you have ever given on this podcast.
Yeah, no,
go ahead,
got
Joshua.
You.
So the show, she was a lawyer, but it had this. How they wrote it was she could break the third wall. She could do.
Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
This isn't a challenge.
No, you're right. No, I wasn't. No, you keep going.
Go, Joshua.
You go first.
No.
Go first.
You ranked it higher. I want to hear why you didn't give it a 0 also.
I was on. You said break the third wall.
If we're going to give a movie review, give a freaking review.
It is the fourth wall.
Well, it's one of the number walls.
Yeah.
She broke one of the walls.
She did. She broke the walls.
Like Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rick Sanchez.
Wait, why is it called For the Fourth Wall? I genuinely curious.
I have no idea.
It's because I think most movies are shot in third person. And so if you break the third person, you've broken that third person and you go to the fourth wall.
Seventh wall. And it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel good that she was doing it. It was like Deadpool does stuff that's very similar, but it feels good and it feels fun. This did not. So that's why I give it a 3.5.
So the story was fine. You just hated the fourth wall breaking?
I think
the story was
they were
fine
reaching for something that we have not seen before, and I understand that they were reaching for something that's new, but it wasn't good what they did. But I'm going to give them a 3.5 because they were reaching for something new and trying to do something.
Is it really new?
I give it...
Or is it what Marvel's been doing the whole time, the crossover crap?
It's new for the MCU Marvel, yes.
Really?
I'll give you mine. Why it's a 0. It's because they were reaching for nothing and they're all talentless hacks. It is the worst show I've ever seen because I would watch literally anything before this.
Rings of Power 5 times.
Yep.
Before She-Hulk.
Yes.
And that's why I didn't watch She-Hulk. Is that it?
I just, there's so many, I can think of so many things off the top of my head I would rather watch.
So the average score is 15.
Probably.
A 15.
Yeah.
Because I give it a 3.5. You gave it
It's
a 0,
low,
so it's
dude.
a
It's
15.
low.
That's the average score.
It just
That's solid. I knew this wasn't going to be a great.
the episodes were they were scattered. The stories were weird. It was too short to tell a real story. Each episode was about 20 minutes.
They spent valuable screen time talking about political statements.
The political statements. The writers seemed to just not understand comedy. I can forgive not understanding law, but not understanding comedy.
You're talking about a writer. A writer, all they're supposed to do is to know about what they're writing.
Listen. It can be funny to not understand how to write law, especially in a law show that is breaking the fourth wall. That could be absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
But the writers aren't funny enough to realize that.
Yeah.
They're talentless hacks,
They should be fired.
right? And I don't have anything against the writers.
I was about to bring them up.
Except
Name
that,
them.
I think they're
No,
talentless
don't.
hacks. I think Jessica Gao is a talentless hack.
Don't.
Why?
Because
We're
we did
nobody.
this already. We did this already.
We already
did
named
this
them?
already. Yes, we
Okay.
did this on a different episode.
Yeah.
We did.
All right.